Hi, you guys. Okay, Power Book 2 Ghosts, Season 2, Episode 6 was free. Okay, Lorenzo was having himself a welcome home fiesta. Daddy's home and Diana is the daughter in honor. He tells everyone, none of y'all is as loyal as my baby girl. She did what none of y'all could do. Get me home. Lorenzo got Diana over there all cheeky, smiling ear to ear. And it's a beautiful thing, you know, a father and daughter relationship is something special. It's a whole lot going on around here at this party. First of all, child, Zeke comes in with some of his friends from school and they're stopped at the door. I'm like, hold up, that's not right. And Lorenzo come over, he's like, I'm sorry, this is a private party. Monet intervenes. She's like, babe, you don't remember my nephew Zeke? And Lorenzo like, no, I don't. But I don't think we ever met. And he still proceeds to have his friend to frisk down Zeke. He's like, don't take it personal. And he tells Zeke, I hope you appreciate everything that my wife is doing for you. I'm like, what the fuck? Everett is one of the guys that came through with Zeke. And Everett and Zeke, they spot Lil Guap, who was there with Kane. Like, what the fuck is his ass doing here? It's all street politics. Lil Guap father used to roll with Lorenzo back in the day. Shocked that Little Guap is still with us. Why? I don't know. And how did his hand heal so fast? I fractured my finger one time and it took me a damn year for it to get all the way back. It took me months till I was able to even bend it fully. Like, and his hand is fully healed, whatever. Anyway, Lil Guap is one of these new D-boys with the foolishness. He wants to leave a digital footprint of where he be at, who he be with, how much money he making, just snitching on himself, you know. Anyway, he wants a picture with Lorenzo, the hood legend, for his IG page. And Lorenzo like, what? Man, start using your head. Fuck a picture. Build. And I love that part because OGs, even before social media, you could rarely find a D-boy taking pictures and being flashy. Yes, there was OGs that was flashy, but they'll tell you that was their biggest mistake because that's how they got caught. Lorenzo has one of his friends over there, Kino, and Kino did time with Lorenzo in prison, and Lorenzo is showing off Drew to Kino. And he's telling Kino, this is what I was telling you about. Yeah, he gonna be up next. And Kane is peeping this, and he is looking with envy in his eyes. Okay, we already know that Kane is a jelly roll. Everett also peeps this, and he's, why is Everett there? Go somewhere and find a brother from the belly or some shit, because this is not the man for you, Everett. When they asked Kino, you know, you was rolling with Lorenzo was protecting you inside. Why didn't you come see his family and make sure we was good when you came out? So Kino was like, I had my own work going on. Lorenzo steps in and he wants Monet to cater to him right now. Pour him some shots, get some cigars that he want to smoke in his house. Even though Monet does not want him to, he tell her that this is his house. He do as he please. Go get some chicken or something. So knowing that Monet isn't this type of woman, Diana offers to help her. And Lorenzo said, no, Diana, she got it. Lorenzo said, Papa Bear is home. Let me handle the manly shit. Lorenzo says to Kino, so just like up north, we're going to do a 60-40 split. He's talking about with the street business. And Kino was like, no, we're not in prison no more. I'm doing my own thing. The Broad Street Killers. So Drew is like, the Fed swept all them niggas up. Kino like, and now I picked it up. Lorenzo said the same BSK I protect you from in jail. And Kino said, I got to do my own thing. And it looks like you already have a partner. He's speaking of Drew, how Lorenzo was speaking of so highly of Drew, saying that he's going to be up next. Kane goes up to Monet and he's Jelia that Lorenzo is playing Drew close. Kane's jealousy is showing, and Kane and Drew is in an awkward space. So they walking by each other, like giving each other the eyes, like, nigga, fuck you, or this nigga. So Guap is thinking it's all about him. So he's like, look, Kane, I gotta talk, Drew looking at me all crazy, Zeke looking at me crazy. I gotta talk to your father and let him know that, everything's straight, that I ain't trying to start nothing on it. It's nothing, we all cool. And Kane tells him, look, he not thinking about Zeke or none of that other dumb shit. Guap wanna live. Monet goes up to Everett. Remember, Tariq told Monet that Everett snitched to them boys. So Monet goes up to Everett and she says, you're not ready for my son. And to get the fuck out, and Drew will not be back. And I'm glad that she did that. I don't think they're going to stay away from each other, but yeah. Now we pulled your card, Everett. Your secret is out. The next morning, Lorenzo is reminiscing about how he used to be the provider, going out in the streets, and Monet would stay at home and be the nurturer. If you couldn't tell that Lorenzo wants things to go back to how it used to be. Me personally, I will love that shit. I would pour shots, light cigars, bring out chicken, alcapurrias, whatever Lorenzo needed me to do. Monet is like, we're far past that, and I do understand because she had to help hold stuff down while Lorenzo did a 10-year bid. Monet asks Lorenzo, why are you playing Drew so close? And Lorenzo tells her, I want to hand our business down to Drew. I'm going to tell you something. Diana doesn't belong in the streets. She belongs in school. Kane, he has the streets. He has his street cred. And he'll be happy with that position. Drew is the best of both. He makes the right decisions and he can handle himself in the streets. And Monet said, well, Drew has a weakness. Lorenzo said, I peeped it. I know. Diana comes in and she brings Lorenzo some breakfast. Not Monet, okay? That was very rude. Drew and Kane brought Lorenzo some of his old clothes up, and since his clothes are so outdated, the guys make plans to go shopping. Poor Tariq, while all this is going on, Tariq is sitting in a jail cell. Tariq goes up for bail review, and it's denied. And they tell Tariq, McLean and Saxe tell Tariq, look, you're going to need somebody with a powerful influence. And he thought of Tate. Tells McLean to get Tate to come down there. When Tariq goes back in his cell, all he can think about is Kane's threats of how everything is going to fall back onto him. So Kanan comes to Tariq conscious and he's like, nah, you looking at this all wrong. Kane isn't your only op. Who helped him? Who controls him? Who was telling you what to do before you sent her to Arizona? So Tariq said, God damn, you're fucking right, Monet. I got bullets for her. I got bullets for the entire Tejada family. Kane tells Tariq, you don't even have proof it was them. Anybody could have crossed you. Sometimes it's the ones we love the most. That brings us to Lauren. Lauren, before class starts, Lauren comes in early and she goes up to Mildred and she asks him why was Tariq arrested? And Mildred said, your boyfriend is a cold-blooded killer. Lauren asks her, how do you know that? Did you hear something on this wire? Well, I have to testify because I can't do that. And Milgram says, yeah, they're going to call you in. And this isn't the only evidence that we have against him. And Lauren said, you knew about this and you lied to me. And class was about to start, so Carrie couldn't really say anymore. And I know she was happy that she couldn't. So Tate started off the class. Is freedom an illusion? And Brashonda was like, are you serious? You know who's not free? Tariq. And the class had mixed feelings. Some felt like, he could have did it. Some people thought that it was all alleged. And Brashonda's like, allegedly, my ass, they perked up his ass across campus. And now we just supposed to move on. Carrie said, what happened was a tragedy and Tariq will be spending the rest of his life in jail. Now back to the lesson. Now this rubs Tate the wrong way. Maybe Tate already got the message that Tariq need him to vouch for him. So Tate cuts her off and he tells the class, he's torn because he lost a fellow brother in blue and potentially at the hands of his own student. And if Tariq is guilty, he had let them down. And Mildred said he's not getting bail. And Tate said, for the right price, anything is possible. Let me remind you, Mildred, that Tariq has not been convicted yet. Mildred is so ready to rush for judgment. And yes, we know that because, we know, but she doesn't. She doesn't, and she's speaking all this ethics stuff and everything. And she's not even applying it to this situation here. Just because Jabari did plagiarism on her, she think that, okay, it's the same for Tariq, and Tariq is capable of murdering him. We know that, but she do not. She need to shut the fuck up. Another thing I can't figure out is how didn't Mildred put it together that Tariq may be connected to Zeke's crazy ass aunt? I mean, she must know it all. Why you haven't put that together yet? Okay, the Tejada men had all went shopping and they came back to Monet's bar. And Drew, I think this is his first time there since. And he's just thinking in deep thought about getting shot. And his father, Lorenzo, was like, yeah, it fucks with your head. But how you feeling now? And Kane interrupts that. He slides Lorenzo over a necklace, a nice one. It was an old Jesus piece that he got upgraded, added some diamonds around it and things like that. And Lorenzo was like, oh, this is nice and everything, but what you should have did is introduce me to that connect. Make that happen. Me and Drew is ready when he is. Drew is over there like, huh? Why you put me in it? And Kane is like, yeah, okay. So Lorenzo said, like, what are you waiting for? Step outside and call him on your phone right now. Drew tells Lorenzo, look, I don't need to meet him. As long as you and I got this, I'm straight. And Lorenzo tells him, look, it's time for you to step up. I need you to take over. I'm trying to put you in position to take over. He tells Drew, last night you was moving sloppy and we don't have no time for distractions, especially for civilians in this game. Drew tells Lorenzo that he been asking around about Keno and found out that Keno been paying all of them BSK guys less and overworking them, and that they should recruit the BSK guys. So Lorenzo was like, that's cool and all, but what's going to happen when he find out? And Drew tells him, look, Keno seems like a threat. Maybe we need to eliminate the threat. Monet finally gets to approach Diana and asks her why didn't she tell her that Lorenzo was coming home. And she said, well, Daddy told me not to. He didn't want to get your hopes up. Okay, cool. Did he tell you to steal from me too? Diana gonna say, I did what I had to do to bring this family together. You need to be thanking me. Monet tells Diana, look, I killed a man for that money. And Diana gonna say, I didn't tell you to do that. Monet yoked her ass up by the neck. And so like, you don't know who the fuck you fucking with. Diana said, I'll bring your husband home and I'm fucking with you. What's going on? Why don't you want him home? Monet just let her go and told her to get the fuck out before she killed her. Like Tariq told Monet, her island is sinking. Monet goes to see Dante to let him know everything that's going on. And Dante like, okay, so what does this have to do with us? Tell him that you're moving on. And Monet said, look, you need to give me some time to figure everything out. We had 3 kids together. And Dante said, okay, and you have one with me. And he deserves to know the truth. And I want to meet him. And Monet said, well, nothing doesn't have to change about that part. We have to just move a certain way. And Dante said, what the fuck that means? I don't sneak and creep. I respect you too much. And I like that, Dante. That actually turned me on. I was like, okay. Lorenzo calls, interrupting their conversation. And Lorenzo tells Monet that your boy Tariq is locked up on a double homicide. And he asks her, how did you and Kane pull that off? And how long do you think it'll be before it comes back on y'all? That was real stupid. This leads Monet to go see McLean, and she pays him $250K to feed her information about Tariq's case that may involve Kane or anybody in the Tejada chain. McLean tells her, okay, 500K. Davis also tells Monet that he wouldn't tell her anything that would put Tariq in harm. Monet said, nigga, for 500 bands, I don't give a fuck who it hurts. Now Monet confronts Kane's stupid ass. Kane said, fuck Tariq. Zeke is clear now. That's what you wanted, right? Monet said, Kane, you always know how to make shit work. Yet she still gives him tasks as such. Like Monet is just as dumb as him at this point. A fool. Tariq could snitch on them. Even if he doesn't, it still can lead back to Kane. That's what Monet was telling Kane. And they need to make up an extra $250K to pay McLean. They're going to need course correct, but Tariq is in jail. Kane mentions Braden. Monet is reluctant, but she says she has no other choice and she wants to meet with him first. And of course, they decide to keep that between the two of them. They don't need Lorenzo in their business, try and get a cut, split it up, do his own idea. Nah, Now, Kane, he meets up with Mecca to let him know that Lorenzo want to meet with him. And Kane, wearing his emotions on his sleeve, he gets to venting about how he found Mecca and Drew ain't do shit. Kane tells Mecca, if I set y'all up, they'll no longer need me. Now, why would I do that? And Mecca said, yeah, I like how you think. He tells Kane, my business is with you. Far as I'm concerned, we don't have to ever meet. Okay, over to Casa Tejada. They having a family meeting, and Lorenzo lays out some new rules. No more working with Tariq. No more trapping at Stansfield. He is going to set up shop in Queens. And Drew and Kane will get a crew. Diana, he tells her he has other plans for her. And as soon as everything falls into place, Monet can fall back. And Kane still has not given up the plug. When the kids left the table, Monet says to Lorenzo, now that you're home, you're not going to order me around like I'm one of the kids. When you was inside, we discussed things and strategized together. And Lorenzo tells Monet, well, when I went to prison, I never stopped being head of household. I'm home now. Remember, I taught you the game. Enjoy your retirement. Me personally, if I was Monet, I would kick my feet up. Yes, honey. But I would not be happy with my kids being in the game, even down to Kane. Tate makes his way up there to see Tariq. Tells Tariq, I haven't heard any dirt on Sweetney yet. So what do we need to talk about? And Tariq said, you can sit here and let me rot. And I can't get dirt on Sweetney. But you can help me get bail and I'll make it my priority. Tate was like, nigga, I've been waiting the whole time. What the fuck you think I'm at that school for? Tariq cuts him off. He said, I went to a Western family trip. Sweeney was there, and I seen a secret photo album. The whole thing was weird and inappropriate. And he's telling Tate, this is the type of shit. It's some type of shit that can get you in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. He tells Tate, listen, if you get me out of here, I promise to get it. Tate said, okay, I'm going to do what I do. But if you underserve your promise, I promise I'm going to make your life a miserable hell, cop killer. I was like, oh my God, Tate is so petty. Tate, no, Tariq, you know? Tariq goes up for a bail review. Tate is there, and Judge Lucas grants Tariq a $1 million bail. McLean and Sachs was teasing Tate about his persuasion. Tate said, Judge Lucas and I just go way back. That's all I gotta say. I just wanted to see that the good brother get a fair fight. And Sachs like, okay, that's complete bullshit. Tell me what does Tariq have on you? Sachs doing way too much. McLean steps in. He's like, okay, let's go. Davis and Sachs goes in the back and get Tariq prepared for his release. Tariq has to wear ankle monitor, and they discuss with Tariq his boundaries and limitations. So Sachs asks about the apartment that Tariq was renting from Lauren for himself and Yaz. And Sachs asks Tariq, why weren't you thinking about Yaz before you killed that cop? Tariq tells him, how many times do I have to tell you that I did not kill that cop? Davis steps in and says, Sachs, that's enough. Davis tells Tariq, you can go and be careful and trust no one because the NYPD is going to have a target on your head. Before Tariq left out, he asks Davis, did they locate his mother yet? And McLean tells him that he has not, that Tasha had to relocate, and when she gets to a secure spot, he'll know more. Tariq leaves out, and Davis lets Saxe have it. What the fuck are you doing? Never ask a client if they did it, let alone lead them into a confession. The truth ties our hands and it does not free shit. Next thing is, let us not act like this is Tariq's first homicide. And he'll bet his right testicle that someone else will die now that Tariq is out. Davis reminds Saxe that they work for Tariq, not against him. McLean makes Saxe promise that he will never do anything to make Tariq incriminate himself again. And Saxe gave his word. And of course they had an update on Tasha. She too has been trying to contact Tariq. They decide not to reunite them yet, just so McLean can drain Tariq pockets, of course. Tariq is out, now back at the dorms. How is he back at the dorms? In Power Universe, anything is possible. Tariq storms in there. He asks Brayden, keep it 100. Did you help Kane set me up? Because I know he killed that cop. And I know he had access to that badge and access to here. Brayden said, I didn't know any of that could have been related to you. Brayden tells him everything about their adventures and their rendezvous, him and Kane. And Brayden tells Tariq about the body removal and how Kane could have planted the badge while he was in the bathroom sick. Tariq goes, slap the fuck off. I told you to stay away from him. I told you to call me if he come by. Your dumbass let him finesse you. Now I have to fight 2 murders. And Brayden says, I'm sorry if I would have known. And Tariq said, I always tell you what you need to know. Go, son, for real. Let's be clear. No one is 100% transparent, I believe. No one. However, in situations like this, don't you think you should give a little bit more context to your warning as to why to stay away? Just to ensure that this person get the picture of this monster, Kane. Tariq, just like his father, want to baby feed people details and things like that, what they need to know. Never given full details, never really halves. You can't sit back and tell a person, oh, just stay away from them and expect them to listen. Who the fuck you think you are? When shit hit the fan, they be like, if you would have just listened. Tariq continues to go in. I mean, what are you even doing this for? People is dying and going in jail because they have no other option, and you taking this shit for a game. Just go home to your dad and get a job before somebody get hurt. Tariq, who the fuck are you talking to? It's giving, damn Gina, why you trying to be the kettle that's a pot, trying to call the pot a kettle? Brayden tells his ass, Brayden tells Tariq, you had the same as me, a rich father that was well connected. Tells Tariq, I chose this life just like you, and I'm tired of you putting your problems on everyone else. He get that too from his daddy. Remember that time when Ghost cheating ass going to tell Tasha, can you have a little bit of sympathy on me? I just lost Angela. Bitch, who the fuck is you talking? You talking to your wife, asking her to have sympathy for you because you lost Angela. Boy, oh my goodness, he just like Ghost. Tariq tells Brayden, don't worry about it, and don't worry about course correct. Brayden was like, hold up, I helped you build that. And Tariq tells him, and you put it at risk when you let me get set up. See, Tariq is making his problem Brayden problem, and Brayden didn't even know what was going on for real. Brayden meets up with Monet and Kane. Remember, they trying to see, Monet wanted to meet Brayden. And Monet is like, oh no, I think you need to go back home. You're not ready. Before Brayden leaves, Monet asks her, did you help Kane with that body? And did you plant that badge in Tariq things? And Brayden said, I don't know why Kane tricked me into that. But now that Tariq is home, I guess we're all in a worse situation now. And Brayden walks off. So Monet peeped Kane face when Brayden mentioned that Tariq is home, and she says to Kane, you don't have the power over Tariq like you think you do. And she tells Kane to leave Tariq alone, and they need to come up with another plan to get McLean's money. Tyreek and his girls. Okay, Tyreek catches up with Lauren, but Lauren is treading lightly. Lauren tells Tariq, Professor Milgram said that the evidence on you is enough to convict you. And Tariq said, well, she only saying that because she fucking Zeke. He was accused of the same crime I was, and she wants to do everything she can to keep him in the clear. Says to Lauren, let's go and talk about this. And Lauren didn't want to go. She said that she really cares for Tariq, but she's just confused. Tariq tells her, look, you're all I have, either you for me or against me. Lauren is still treading lightly, not sure what she want to do. And he said, okay, cool. I'm going to get my things out that apartment. I'm going to give you your key back. Now, this causes Lauren to go marching over to Milgram's office. You lied to me. And Kari's like, the investigation pivoted. I didn't know that they was going to look at Tyreek. So after I helped you get off them drug charges for those pills, tells Lauren, no one put a gun to your head. You didn't want your parents to know, and you made your choices. See, this is the type of cruddy shit that these DAs and investigators do. You know, they'll use you and then hang you out to dry like, oh well. Lauren says to her, let's be clear. You never helped me. You forced me to wear that wire. And you didn't warn me about any of this because you was too busy fucking Zeke. Ooh. Milgram is all disheveled. Zeke and I is none of your business. Lauren tells her ass, well, it's about to be everybody's business, bitch. She tried to tell Lauren, let's talk about this when your emotions are under control. And Lauren tells her, I'm under control. Tyreek is back in his dorm room, and Effie comes by to see him, and he vents and tells Effie everything that's going on. He mentioned how Brayton's stupid ass got fooled and how he told Brayton to stay away from Kane. And Effie asks him, well, did Brayton know why he should stay away from Kane? And this is what I do like about Effie. I don't trust her, but the fact that Effie is honest with Tyreek all the time. Even when she robbed him, she told him, like, yeah, we robbed you. Also, she never let Tyreek forget who he really is. Tyreek says, well, it doesn't matter. Fuck Monet and fuck Brayton. They need me. Without course correct, they're going to starve. So Effie asks about the professor. And Tyreek, he didn't say, yes, I did it. But he said, basically he tells her what it was either him or the professor. And he had to do what he had to do. Effie tells Tyreek, well, you know what? You did what you had to do. She also tells him that he need to stay focused so he can get this money up to get his sister back. And that he needs both Monet and Brayton on his side. And he explains to Effie, yes, Brayton wasn't directly disloyal, but he was stupidly disloyal, which is even worse. And Effie asks Tyreek, well, did Brayton know why he should stay away from Kane? Tyreek brushes it off and he tells her, look, I don't even want to talk about it right now. I'm just happy you're here. And they start kissing and doing what they do. Okay, back over to Casa Tejada. Tejadas are having a family dinner and they're reminiscing and they start listening to music and dancing, having a good time. We got a grin out of Monet, She was enjoying her family and she tells them that she gonna go get a cheesecake. Monet goes to get her cheesecake and after dinner, Diana and Lorenzo are talking and Diana asks Lorenzo why is it that Monet doesn't seem happy that he's home, and he tells Diana, look, you're bugging. And he gives Diana his plans for her, and her plans is to go to St. John's. And Diana's face broke down. She's like, that is Monet doing it out of spite. So Diana tells Lorenzo Monet plan to get out of the game, which doesn't include him. So Lorenzo then goes asks Drew about it. And Drew is like, okay. He tells what Monet plans was when Zeke make it to the NBA, that their plans was to quit the game and work with Zeke. Work for Zeke. Renzo said, hell no, he ain't taking orders from Zeke. And Drew said, well, that's the thing. You weren't in the plan. Nobody planned for you to come home. Monet wanted a fresh start. And Lorenzo said, look, I'm the fresh start. Monet doesn't see that right now. So everybody get on one accord. Everything will be perfect. Drew tells Lorenzo, okay, that's cool and all. If you want us all on one accord, you and Mom have to get on one page. Lorenzo tells Drew, you know what? You're right. And also, I'm going to take your advice on Keno. We gonna make a move on him, and I need you to tell him tonight. And Drew is like, oh shit, okay, all right. Like, Drew really don't want to be in this, but he won't stand up to his father and tell him that. And we see that Drew was really on his way to meet up with Everett, but he texted him and told him that the plans changed, that he had a family emergency. The life of a crime family. I'm going to go get some cheesecake my ass. Monet found her way over to Dante, and she tells Dante, look, I can't do this. My family means everything to me. You know, I need to focus on that. Dante tells Monet, look, Lorenzo had a chance. He blew it. I have a child with you as well. Zeke does deserve to know who his daddy is. Monet tells Dante that she can't let Zeke meet him. It will be disruptive to his ball career. And Dante is like, his fucking ball career, this is his life. If you don't tell him, I'ma tell him. Monet said, look, you stay the fuck away from Zeke and me. It's over. Kane meets up with Lorenzo. Okay, Kane, where's the connect? Kane tells Lorenzo, as far as you're concerned, I am the connect. Lorenzo said, okay, all right. When shit go bad with this connect, because it will, keep that same energy. Kane brings up Lorenzo being close with Drew. Yeah, with his jealous ass. Kane is so jelly. Also tell Lorenzo that Lorenzo lied to him, telling him that he need to learn the business so he can take over. He takes a dig at Lorenzo like, you saying I'm not ready, but you don't have nothing. You living off my mother. I know that got to Lorenzo. I know that stung. Lorenzo tells Kane, look, you my son and I love you. This proves why you're not ready. Lorenzo thing is, if Kane is trying to be by his side, why is he blocking the connect from him? Like, he asks Kane, are you trying to be my boss or my son? Good question. I think that Kane is ultimately fighting for his father's attention and affection. I think it goes deeper than just, Kane trying to be the boss. Later on, we see Mecca. He's up there stalking Zeke, hun, on the basketball court, all types of things. And then he texts Kane and tells Kane, look, I think I do want to meet your father. Let's set it up. I know Kane has to feel like a stupid ass. Tariq apologizes to Brayden for questioning his loyalty, and Brayden in return tells Tariq the truth that he met up with Kane and Monet earlier. Now this confirms to Tariq that Kane and Monet is plotting against him. Brayden tells Tariq that he's pretty sure that he didn't murder Ramirez after being with Monet and Kane today, and Tariq tells Brayden the truth about the GTG pool murder. Remember, Tariq originally told Brayden that Kane killed that guy in the pool. So now he's telling Brayden how Kane sent that GTG guy up there to kill Tariq, and Tubic actually saved his life. And Kane is the ops. And Tariq also tells Brayden about Professor Reynolds. He tells Brayden everything. Brayden said, well, I still got your back no matter what. And Tariq tells Brayden that they have to protect themselves and that he should get closer to Kane so he won't be able to catch them off guard again. Also, he needs Brayden to get his father's old college photo album. Okay, later on, Tariq, Effie, and Brayden is having a meeting. Tariq is stuck on ice because he can't really move around because of that box. So he tells Effie that she'll be doing transportation and re-ups while Brayden will be covering meetings with Bash and taking care of the tutors and the course correct. With all the murder frenzy going on at the moment, they decide to shut down the Stansfield operation until it all dies down. Oh, and Lauren goes to Jenny's office to try to get out of testifying, but she gets no luck. And while she's there, Sex spotted her. Y'all know he's going back and tell Davis this. Effie meets up with Monet and passes Monet the phone. So Monet is like, Tariq, who's your little friend? Tariq said, that's Effie. Now, with you, how am I supposed to trust you? You got me locked up? Monet explains to Tariq that she had no parts in that. How Kane is still her son, and she tells Tariq, if you snitch, I shoot. If you shoot, I'll slaughter. Tariq tells Monet, look, I'm not talking, but keep Kane away from me. Monet gives Tariq her word. Tariq tells her that if he's on the box, but if she need anything, that she can get it from Effie. Monet sitting up here trying to pick at Effie, and then she says, you must be landing on him real good. So Effie says, look, we can make more money together or less apart. Hit that burner when you ready to work. Like, girl, get the fuck. Later on, back at Tariq's, Effie nervously asks, will she be working with Kane? And Tariq assures Effie that she'll be okay. Effie tells him, look, I'm not worried about me. Yes, I'll be okay. I'm worried about you. Tariq isn't sweating Kane. What's bothering him is the letter from Ghost, and he shows Effie. Tariq mentions that maybe he knows me better than I knew myself. And Effie tells Tariq, maybe he doesn't know you at all. Your story isn't over. It's just the beginning. She's giving Tariq just the encouragement that he needs. I mean, he gets the letter from his father. Like, damn, even in his death, I can't escape him. Tariq thanks Effie and she leaves, and he burns the letter. Burn, baby, burn. And that's where the story ends. And I'll see you guys on the next. Bye.